Greetings, families. Welcome back once again. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If this is your first time, my name is Mamri and you are very welcome. This video is about Burkina Faso. Last night, they have updated us on the economy and also what to look forward to in the year 2025. Yes, it's business, so they are preparing ahead. According to the news, well, everything is good. I've put about 3 videos together for us to listen to it. Families, please listen to the first one and I'll be back. Thank you so much for your time.
The Council of Ministers, meeting in ordinary session on Wednesday, November 13, 2024, under the chairmanship of His Excellency Captain Ibrahim Traoré, President of FASO and Chairman of the Council of Ministers, adopted a number of reports relating to the progress of the transition and the financial crisis. On behalf of the Ministry of Economy and Finance, the Council adopted several reports, including the preliminary draft state budget for the financial year 2025, as well as the decree on the immediate implementation of targeted financial penalties for those subject to obligations to combat money laundering, the financing of terrorism and the proliferation of weapons of mass destruction in Burkina Faso. More details on these 2 reports. I would like to invite my colleague Minister Nakanabo to take the floor. The Council has examined and adopted a report on targeted financial sanctions as part of the fight against money laundering and the financing of terrorism. It must be said that since 2021, our country has been on the FATF's grey list, so a great deal of effort has gone into getting off this grey list. One of the shortcomings of the system was the need to take a closer look. Today, the report adopted will strengthen the legal framework to identify sanctions to be applied. And so a case of failure to comply, and the quantum of the stars and others have also been set. All of this will enable us to strengthen the legal mechanisms for combating money laundering and the financing of terrorism, and support the government's efforts to get off the FATF's grey list and, of course, crown all the efforts that have been made since 2021 to get off this grey list. The second dossier concerns the preliminary draft budget 2025. It has to be said that, as part of the implementation of the transition's flagship actions, it is important that the budget be adopted so that in 2025 we can apply all the actions planned by the transition. As you know, the transition has set out 4 major pillars in its action plan for stabilization and development. The first pillar covers everything linked to the fight against insecurity. The second pillar covers which is linked to humanitarian action. The third relates to governance reform, and the fourth to reconciliation and social cohesion. The draft budget for 2025 has revenue of 3,193 billion and expenditure of 3,593 billion. The highlight of this year's budget is that, following arbitration from the budget to the Ministry of the Economy and Finance, in light of current priorities, His Excellency the President of FASO received each minister for arbitration to see how to refocus the budget on priorities, notably structuring investments for the benefit of the state, but also actions linked to all aspects of social investment, notably in education, health and social protection. This has enabled us to reduce the deficit from 3.7% to 3.2%, very close to the EU standard of 3%. And all these efforts made it possible, redirecting a certain amount of spending from operations to the social sectors. You have the Presidential Initiative for Education, which has been allocated sufficient resources to modernize the education sector. You have the Presidential Initiative for Health, which has also been allocated sufficient resources to ensure that the health sector can see an improvement and that we have very good health coverage in terms of both quantity and quality. In terms of infrastructure quality, this draft budget, if adopted by the National Assembly, will ensure that by the year 2025, we can improve all indicators in terms of governance, infrastructure and social sectors. And this will enable us to considerably improve the living conditions of Burkinabés, of course, while emphasizing the fight against insecurity, but trying to ensure that development issues are taken seriously. Issues related to agriculture and infrastructure, also health, education, etc. So that's what we can learn from these reports, which were examined and adopted today by the Council of Ministers.
Yes, families, that's what is going on. And it's almost close to the European economy. Yay! Well done to our government. Let's move on. Recently, the Africa China or China Africa, the Chinese government has pledged to help the Sahel with their agriculture. Already, they have been working on the ground concerning a lot of food crops. Yes, so they follow up, as they say, immediately. And the Burkina has opportunity to learn 110, according to the news, has learned the techniques to produce mushroom. Families, please listen to this news and I'll be back. Thank you for your time.
Seminar on forage and edible mushroom production draws to a close. More than 100 participants benefited from theoretical and practical keys to a profitable technique. On the initiative of the Chinese University of Agriculture and Forestry and the National School of Livestock and Animal Health. The closing ceremony of the training seminar on November 11th with Adam Ajati, Seo Basor and UMU6. This is the culmination of a 21-day training course leading to certification in the production of fodder and edible mushrooms using the Yungkao technique. Zhenghao, a plant that adapts to climate change with high yields, is used in mushroom cultivation. The 110 participants benefit from the know-how of 8 Chinese experts. These certificates will not be used for. And the walls? We're going to work. We're going to put into practice what we've learned, and we're committed to being relays for all those who weren't able to take part in this training. We're totally satisfied. At the end of these 3 weeks, we've had committed, devoted participants who have even agreed to work weekends instead of theory and practice, and we're very satisfied with their commitment. Planting, processing, ecological management, cultivation of domestic mushrooms and breeding with the young are the main topics covered during these 3 weeks of training. According to our Chinese experts, 1,000 hectares of tunes could already feed 100,000 cattle. And I won't spend $300 million on a small child. At this ceremony, participants are asked to be ambassadors of the Junko's technique to the local population.
Thank you, families, for being here with me up to this stage. I truly appreciate your time. There is one more exciting news I want to add to this video. Yes, for the economy to grow, for everything to be perfect, for the people to be happy in the AES region, what do they have to do? I always tell you, once they implement something here, it's at the other side. I'm not showing the other side. We are still in Burkina Faso. Yes, the mining industry, the small mining industry. Last year, some of the Burkinabes, the clever technicians, has produced machines that they will use to help them mine healthy way. Yes, I said healthy way. This one, they will not be using chemicals that will affect them. They will affect in future children. Sorry, no, this is great one. The video is on the channel. Okay, now they have opened a place for them. Individually, they will move from village to village, town to town, wherever there is mining centers there. They will teach them the right way to man themselves. They are not going to give all to the big corporations that they will be taking the money out of the country. No, they want individual citizens who knows how to do it, what to be doing their thing. They are not going to be chasing them away, but they are teaching them the right way according to the previous news that I shared. This is the evidence of what they are doing. So what? The money will be going back into the government and also in the hands of the citizen. They will know how much they are earning and how much they are not earning. This will not end in the hands of the terrorists, said a lot. Family watch, and I'll be back. Thank you for your time.
As part of its mining sector development reforms, the Ministry of Energy is exploring new, efficient mining methods. To this end, we inaugurated the Shared Mineral Processing Unit at the Dikindo Agawa gold site in the southwest of France. This took place on November 11th. The Jidkindo gold site, 3 kilometers from the town of Gawa, now has a shared numeraire processing unit. The platform has been installed by the department in charge of mines and quarries. The aim is to optimize extraction yields from mining resources. So it's a pilot processing unit for gold ores to enable the cooperative to work in an organized way and also allow the state to be able to make the most of the mining activity. The shared ore processing unit is a revolutionary extraction system, like the semi-mechanized one, with an ore recovery rate of 80% and an estimated cycle time of 01 say the technicians. It's a system that allows for clean gold recovery, if I can put it that way, using fairly modern means. Here you are. Grinders, crushers, concentrators. It's that we were given this morning, and there's no way it can be a loss-making investment, because we know that gold is today's primary material, and we'd do everything possible for everything that comes out of the production unit, even apart from that, so that everything can be. Unité de traitement mutualisé des milliers de dit Cambu is the second of its kind in Burkina Faso after Mega, launched on March 18, 2023.
Yes, I've explained everything already, so I will leave you to those who have not seen the mining, how they started to divide all this to come out with this plan. The video is on the channel. If you leave a comment, I will try and look for it. It's months and months ago, but this is what they are doing. Win-win situation. 2025 is looking great. It's looking bright, as the citizens themselves will say. The balance sheet is balanced. I will leave you here. Credit to RTB and Faso News. God bless you, my families, my kings and queens, my VIPs. I truly appreciate you all. Those who have been super chatting me, thank you. God bless you all for your time, your money, everything. I will see you soon. Bye bye.